So, as I was saying, I need to address something this evening. Chris sent me an email.
Okay. I need a lot of emails.
Alex, you should have 2 video clips I sent you earlier this evening. Do you or do you not have them? Okay, so you're going to play the second one first. Not yet. Chris sent me an email about Louis C.K.'s most recent special, which came out, I'm going to say, 2 months ago now? But 2.5 months ago? Because it was right at the beginning.
I watched it about a week and a half ago.
No, about 2.5 months ago.
No, I'm saying when I watched it.
Sure. Oh, sure. Yeah. Sorry, I'm freezing a little bit. And Chris sent me this and asked me, "Does this seem familiar to you?" Now, play the Louis C.K. clip. That would be clip number 2, Alex.
I can't.
Please do so.
Yes.
For the love of God, play the clip. Kidding.
I hope it's more anti-porn and not actually.
I used to date a woman who was a vegan, so I had to her with my dick substitute. And remember when meeting a vegan was weird? Remember when that was like a strange thing? Like, oh, what is that? Like, you probably met your first vegan in the 90s. You had like a dinner party, and somebody brought a vegan. And they said, "Just so you know, I'm a vegan." And you're like, "I'm sorry, you're a vegetarian?" And they're like, "No." All right, what is the thing? And they tell you all the, okay, yeah, I have no food for you. You can eat a napkin and paper, I don't care. But then you met another vegan, and you're like, oh, okay. And then now they're everywhere. Now, who cares? There's several vegans in restaurants and whatever. It's kind of like gay people, sort of a similar trajectory of growth and acceptance in the culture, you know? The gay people and vegans have a lot in common. Like, they both have to tell their families Thanksgiving. That's when they have to tell them. And dad gets angry.
Now, Alex, cue up clip 1, because Chris also sent this to me, and we're gonna play that, and let's see what Chris's point was. Let's just throw that out there.
It's like how all dudes who are vegan secretly wish they were gay. They don't want to do gay stuff. They just want negative attention at Thanksgiving dinners. It's like, well, you know, the stock is out for me. These guys taste like cream and vegan. And it's just there, like, when you suck a your cousin Mitchell, unless he's on your team right now. You would think that joke is homophobic. I say the father firmly in Mitchell's corner.
Now,
Thanks.
Chris.
That was from 3 years ago.
Yeah, it was from 3 years ago. Yeah, I could tell.
Yeah, very confident.
You're trying to say that I'm going to try to explain to everyone this email exchange Chris and I had. He's trying to insinuate that Louis C.K. was ripping you off in a Joe Rogan, Carlos Mencia type.
Not what I said to you at all.
Dennis Leary type shit.
Huh? You said you just showed a clip from 3 years ago. Like, that joke got better, and I got better at telling it because that sucked, and it just sucked to watch and hear. Especially knowing that Johnny has never seen even 1 second of me doing any stand-up.
I have now.
And Juice Paperface has come to a couple of shows, and I do significantly better than that typically.
Chris, have you ever heard of the term parallel thinking?
I believe what
thought?
I emailed you was, I get to never do this again. That sucks.
Okay.
So you saying Louis ripped you off? Is
That's
that what
not what I was saying at all.
Dog, don't do that.
Well, it is both gay jokes about vegans and Thanksgiving, which I thought was pretty. I just felt like I was maybe on the right path. Is all I'm saying. Johnny, what do you think about this whole thing?
I didn't really understand what you said in your clip, other than a couple of words you muttered out of there.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, yeah, all right. It's not the same premise, I guess. But no, man.
Mentioned
I don't know what your beef is. Like, you gotta let.
I didn't have a beef. I was venting to a friend.
Hey, I didn't steal your joke. I know Stanley stole your joke one time. Bill Burr
did steal my joke that time.
I still think about that randomly and get just terrible douche chills.
Common geniuses, Chris Stanley and Louis C.K. just stealing from me constantly.
Yeah. Are you writing for him? Take a writing credit. Like, yo, kind of did this 3 years ago. You're welcome.
Well, you know what's funny? You know what's funny about this is that you immediately email me back. Could he have seen your joke? Like, of course not. That was an open mic.
Yo, what kind of paranoia is that, son?
I'll tell you something, though. I stopped doing that joke because people kept telling me it was hacky.
They're not lying to you, so.
Louis did. It was fine.
I guess.
No, man. That reminds me of when Dave Chappelle stole Rick James from me.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. I remember
was?
that. That was wild. Did you get any money for that?
No.
I guess.
Look, I'm wearing dead people clothes and a bag on the head. Do you think I got any money?
Shoot.
Wait, whose shirt is that?
I told you I found it off a COVID patient. Like, my wife is a nurse, and I'm like, anybody pass away, they got fire gear, you bring it back to me.
Nice.
My wife.
Wait, that is actually a COVID patient's shirt?
Yeah. Eddie Bauer, bro.
Hey, you can't beat Eddie Bauer. It's
Does he still make Eddie Bauer?
Yeah, dog. My man at his prime had Jeeps.
That's where I got this wife beater.
Eddie Bauer?
Yeah, it's Eddie Bauer wife beater.
Yeah.
All right, look.
We're parallel thinking.
Wait, does Ralph have to write a cease and desist to Louis C.K.? I know y'all met him last year. Maybe that's when you were sitting in the green room and it clicked and it was like, what's still this guy's
I did
joke?
tell that joke at Skankfest.
Oh.
At 1 in the morning, 2 days later.
You motherfuckers got me laughing over here. Holy shit.
I can't.
Oh, man.
Hey, let me tell you something. This is more uncomfortable than you can even imagine. So I can't even see Paperface's face, but I know he's like judging, and I know I'm gonna have to hear it from like everybody in the neighborhood after this.
Oh yeah.
I already I put it on group text just now.
Group sext.
Yeah.
Damn,
I emailed all my Pokemon friends.